here. How about now? It's the sound of silence. Okay, well, hopefully that fixed it. It's the mic. Yeah, you can't lip read or tell you what I'm saying. I am trying to fix it. I will put that in there. Let's see if that works. Yeah, the broop is the comments coming through, and I'm trying to figure out how to turn off that sound. So hopefully that does it. I don't know. Let's see. Can you guys hear me now? Sounds like one of my mic cables shorted. Yeah, it definitely didn't. That I can tell you. that I can tell you. That I'm definitely, now I'm just getting texted. I'm reading the text. Still no sound. Okay. All right. Okay, you can hear me now? How about now, Nance? Can you text me and tell me what's up? And now I'm trying, I am trying to figure out how to turn this sound off. Like, yeah, it does sound like an old school Nintendo. And every time you guys are sending a comment or liking, that is what's happening. It's like, so I'm trying to figure out how to turn that off. Okay, that's the one I wanted. This, and now I'm trying, I am trying to figure, okay, no, I don't want that. That's a YouTube watch page. I can see myself now. Okay, you can hear me. Wonderful. But that's not exactly what I wanted. Okay, let's go here. Okay, that's right. Audio. Aha. Okay, how about now? Can you guys hear me? Check, check, check. Can you hear me? Okay. What is the... Oh, there we go. Let's see if that handles it. Nope, I still heard it. Okay, now my wife is texting me to tell me she can hear me also. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. There's no thing, guys. I'm in the settings here, and I cannot find a thing about, oh, well, the sound seems to have gone away. All right. Nope, there it is again. Anyway, guys, I will keep looking. And if anybody wants to Google how to take notification sound off of Ecamm Live and send me a link, I will do it. Okay. So there's just nothing here. Yeah. It's really annoying. So I apologize for that. you know, the sound effects are supposed to be there, but then it's just, yeah. I don't know how to make it stop. So I apologize. Anywho, let's see here. Let's see if that works now. Can you still hear me? Okay. I'm going to... Nope, it still came through. Let's see if that works. Okay. Preferences, general, play app sounds. We're going to figure it out, guys. Okay, here we go. That should do it. Go ahead and send me a comment or something. Oh, yes. Wife for the win. Fantastic. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to actually get started on the show now. That little boop, 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 is it playing? So fantastical. All right. So we have a fun show today, guys, because I felt like we need to do something super fun. And the super fun thing I want to do today is diving in to a topic. I'm going to switch this around here that I love. Ancient aliens. If you guys have not watched this show, Ancient Aliens, then I suggest you do yourself a massive favor and do that, because Ancient Aliens is fluff, it's fun, it's wild, it is just crazy to witness the theories that they come up with. And the answer is always yes. Is it Ancient Aliens? Yes. The answer, there we go. Don't get in the center, this stupid thing. The answer is always yes. It's Ancient Aliens. There is no other answer for anything. Like the pyramids, who built them? Ancient Aliens. Electricity, who gave that to us? Ancient Aliens. It's just, it's fantastic. Now, some of it, you go like, that's an interesting thought and theory. Maybe, right? Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is I got sent this fantastic article, which is where we're going to start today. Let's see here. Yes, this is an article published by Vita Molyneux. Okay, it's from the Daily Star, okay, which is a British publication. All right. So, quiet English village overrun by religious factions due to what's under the soil. Dun, dun, dun. Right? Scientologists, a strange subsect of the Catholic Church. What? What? I have never in my life been told that Scientology is a subsect of Catholicism, of all things in the world. I think Catholics everywhere just rose up and were like, not today, Satan, not today. So, there we go. I just want to get in on my visage. Okay. A strange subsect of the Catholic Church. Oh my goodness. I can't be beautiful without my light. And a group of philosophizing, Scientologists, a strange subsect of the Catholic Church, and a group of philosophizing naturalists all call this small Sussex village home. But what is it about East Grinstead that is so appealing? So I was like, yeah, what's the dealio with that? Right? First, I read that sentence wrong. So we're talking about 3 different groups of people. Okay. So let's dive into Vita's article here. All right, here we go. Deep beneath the fertile soil of a quaint British village, invisible to the naked eye, lies a crisscrossed network of ancient paths running in straight lines. At the points they intersect, an allegedly powerful spiritual energy converges and draws religious zealots to the town like moths to the flame. My goodness, this is powerful stuff. At least that is what some people would have you think. East Grinstead, on its surface, is just another beautiful village in Sussex. It's got Tudor buildings, bustling marketplaces, and charming cafes. But also, it has the impressive overrepresentation of religious groups. So, let's dive into, I'm trying to get us. Oh, this is perfect. So, yeah. Now it does this. Okay, I could do that. I could work with that. Then we'll go, well, let me do it. No, it's not doing it. How do I do that? No. I'll figure it out, guys. I was trying to do something funny. It's not working, but it's kind of working. So we'll see. We'll get back to it. Let's get back to the article. Yes, we're going to talk about ley lines, guys. East Grinstead on its surface is just another beautiful village in Sussex. It's got Tudor buildings, bustling markets, and charming cafes, but it also has an impressive overrepresentation of religious groups that some say border on cults. Culty cults. Okay, so Scientologists, Rosicrucians, Opus Dei, and Jehovah's Witnesses all call East Grinstead home. Fascinating. St. Hill Manor. Oh, we're going to get to St. Hill Manor. There it is. St. Hill Manor, a late Gregorian-style country home, sits atop a forested hill to the southwest of town. The impressive building was home to science fiction writer and the founder of Scientology, L. Ron Hubbard. The core belief of the Church of Scientology is that a human is an immortal spiritual being called a thetan. That's just a resident in a physical body. Like your body is your car that you picked up at CarMax, aka the hospital. And yeah. Until 1967, the manor was the movement's global headquarters. True. The BBC reports, and Scientology's most famous member, Tom Cruise, has said to have visited on multiple occasions. Most recently, last year's IAS event, guys, where he flew in on his very own helicopter, all by his little self. Scientology has long since been viewed with the skepticism. Scientology has long since been viewed the skepticism with some skepticism. I don't know. The sentence is wrong. With some claiming its strict religious teachings border on fanatical, something the church deny. This report is not going to be anti-Scientology. Is really, the sun here is trying to stay in the middle. In 2023, former members of the church gathered to protest outside the manor house, calling for an end to the alleged harsh and abusive practices. So British. It's harsh and abusive. I protest the harsh conditions and the abusive nature of Scientology, because it's like Henry it's like Hamilton happened. You'll be back. It's harsh. Oh no, they only gave beans on toast twice in a month. This is just ridiculous. There's no bangers and mash, and I'm very upset with this, and I will protest till the end of time about the incomprehensibly bad conditions. Actress Leah Remini has accused the church of psychological torture in a 68-page lawsuit against them. That is her current lawsuit, guys, that Aaron was talking about the other day. Another recent lawsuit claims the church prevented a member from accessing help before she died by suicide. We were talking about Whitney Mills here. The church and its leaders have consistently denied all allegations against them. Yeah. A spokesperson for the Church of Scientology told the Tampa Bay Times that while Whitney Mills' death was an unfortunate tragedy, the church never assumed her care. We were just watching her for 24 hours a day. Like, the fact that they keep saying they never assumed her care, right? That they never, did that is just, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So let's see here. It still doesn't do it. Yeah. All right. Well, that's fine. We'll see if I can get that working here. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, that's fine. The camera's thing is not working. So my dramatic camera is not working, but that's okay. That's all right. I'll get it to work and then we'll have a second camera. It'll be fun. That's not the point of this broadcast. Let's go back to the article. It's not about me. All right. So church policy is crystal clear. If a Scientologist is in need of medical care, he or she must see a medical doctor. Interesting. So when in the Whitney Mills and all of the other scenarios that have happened, Lisa McPherson, were they going to take them to a doctor before they died? To be clear, the statement doesn't say before they die, they need to see a doctor. Both these people saw doctors after they were dead. So yeah, this is a good little shot here of a copper outside the church. As well as Scientologists, the mysterious Rosicrucians also reside in the town in a mock Tudor building. Rosicrucians are a more secret society than a religious group. Their doctrine references many other movements such as Kabbalah and alchemy. Self-described philosophers, the Rosicrucians aim to live in harmony with natural laws. Opus Dei, a Catholic sect most known for self-mortification. Anyone see the Da Vinci Code? This character here. Also calls East Grinstead home, with a manor house near the town where it hosts self-improvement retreats. Like, the last people I thought were doing self-improvement retreats was Opus frackin' Dei. Like, what? What? That just cracks me up. So, okay, we're good there. Now, it's a controversial subgroup of the Catholic Church, which has been accused of aggressive recruiting and control of its subjects. The practice of mortification carried out by celibate members of the church has also been questioned. Those who practice mortification will whip themselves, sleep on boards, or wear small metal chains around their upper thighs with teeth which bite into the flesh. So if you guys have ever seen like those dog collars that are really mean that you put here, and when you pull back, it squeezes those like kind of like little mini spikes into the dog's neck. It's supposed to help them to, be better. It's awful. It's a form of torture. So these guys, if you've seen this movie, you will see a whole scene where he has that thing. It's called like a cat of nine tails almost. And he has it constantly around his thigh. And then he takes it off of his thigh, like peels it out of his flesh to use to whip himself on the back because of his sins. Because he's basically an assassin for Opus Dei, this guy. Spoiler alert. This is albino, prejudice, where we've cast an albino or made an actor an albino and then made him the bad guy. Much like there's always people of color who are the bad guy. Albinos are always bad in movies, which is not true. It just creates a myth around them that keeps being perpetuated ad infinitum. All right, so Opus Dei's penchant for religious self-harm has been referenced in the famous novel The Da Vinci Code, where the sinister albino Opus Dei monk Silas whips himself. Yeah, it's a very intense scene. Trigger warning. But yeah, it was... it's a lot. One theory as to why this sleepy little village has attracted so many religious groups is that the ancient ley lines intersect. Oh, Illuminati. With the Greenwich Meridian line creating a powerful spiritual grid. Ley lines became popular knowledge in 1925 when an amateur archaeologist and photographer, Alfred Watkins, published the Old Straight Tract. He'd been horse riding through Hampshire when he says he experienced a flood of ancestral memory. A flood of ancestral memory. Like, what? Yeah. So now he invented these ley lines. Okay. During this, he said, a network of lines became visible to him like glowing wires all over the bucolic landscape before him. He called them lays and believed the lays were used by prehistoric people to navigate between important places. Like we're birds now. Since the 1920s, the idea has morphed, with people claiming the lines have powerful magnetic fields and that they guide UFO landings. But none of this has been proved. Neither has the existence of the lines themselves. While some theorize that religious groups are drawn to East Grinstead because of its proliferation of ley lines, others are less spiritual in their theories. Davina McHale, a teacher of shamanism and feng shui, told the BBC that she believes energy around East Grinstead is enhanced by the ancient woodlands that surround it. But as for religious groups being drawn to it because of the ley lines, she disagrees. I think the real reason for its attraction to weird religious sects has more to do with its close proximity to London, the fact that since Scientologists moved here in the 1960s, people accept alternative lifestyles here. It's all Scientology's problem. They did it. It's here. It's East England's answer to Glastonbury. People can carry out their alternative practices in peace and find support within the community. So Scientology came and was like, here's some weird sauce. And then everybody else decided to pile on, apparently. That's what they're going to go with. So, yeah. I want to go here. Let's go back to... Oh, I can do this. Ha! Hello. Reaction cam. Okay. I got it now. I got it. All right. So she's going to blame Scientology. So that's that article. All right. Now we're going to go. These are just to dive into ley lines, guys. This is an entire other universe of things. People call it the New Earth. This is a rabbit hole that if you, I'm going to show you a peek into the rabbit hole. Okay. I'm not going to show you the whole rabbit hole because you could be there for the next 50 years. Okay? Like, you don't want to do that. Okay? So, here we go. Again, Alfred Watkins is credited with the concept of these ley lines. Okay? So, here it is again. In 1921, he made a remarkable discovery. He noticed that ancient sites around Britain fell into a strange alignment. Both man-made and natural monuments could be connected by perfectly straight paths. Okay, so that's the concept, right? This is the Malvern Hills where he had this epiphany. This is where he was horseback riding. It's very beautiful. Okay. So according to theorists, ley lines are invisible lines that crisscross around the globe, similar to latitudinal and longitudinal lines, dotted with monuments and natural landforms. Some believe they carry rivers of supernatural energy, and that there are pockets of concentrated energy at the places where they crisscross. Illuminati. Okay, so of course, ley lines aren't without their skeptics. While the idea can be tantalizing to some, others are wary of ascribing to the paranormal component of ley lines and often attribute much of the theory to pure coincidence. So which is it? Okay, so now here's some back history about him. He was a rich kid in 1855. He had businesses. And then, you know, he became a tradesman. Here he is. This is the guy. This is the guy who invented the ley lines. Okay. He even developed the Watkins B meter, a small exposure meter with a timing chain for traveling photographers. So that's, you know, he invented some cool photography stuff. Okay. And then he had the epiphany where he saw these magical lines. Okay. Sounds like he was having sunstroke, but that's fine. This is how he came up with it. So let's, now, there are so many articles about this, okay? This is an article from the BBC, okay, from Chris Griffiths, okay, from 2019. Again, Alfred Watkins' theory on ley lines, ancient tracts used for navigational purposes, captured the imagination of a nation, but later become the subject of much controversy, okay? So this article goes over how he came up with it. Again, this is another historical, but I just want to say this is something that people are covering. It's not just me. Now we're going to go to Tiki Talkies. We're going to watch a little video. Here we go. This is from Merlin's Mate 369. And here we go.
Intriguing world of ley lines. Believed to be a global network of invisible energy lines connecting ancient sites like Stonehenge, the pyramids of Giza, and Mayan pyramids. Coined by Alfred Watkins, this term has sparked a debate that transcends time. Are these lines a forgotten ancient wisdom or a modern myth? They've been mapped by ancient civilizations, and some even claim they've experienced a surge of energy at these sites. Additionally, many individuals and cultures worldwide attest to their experiences with these lines, influencing health and consciousness. Even animals such as birds follow these lines for migration. We ask, could ley lines...
So they're claiming that this is how birds circumnavigate the Earth, is these magical invisible lines. Now, if you know anything about aviary, what's that word? There's a fancy word for the study of birds. But anyway, the study of birds, it's been supposed that birds have like a natural compass that allows them to navigate and find their way and all this other kind of stuff, right? So, but they're saying that they're following these curves that we can't see or perceive, but they're there, right?
Ley lines be real, and if so, what implications could this have on our understanding of the world and ourselves? Welcome.
Okay, so that's that one. Now, I do want to show you, of course, a clip from my favorite show, Ancient Aliens. They explain this pretty well. Here we go. So now we've got a military-industrial complex conspiracy intertwined with ancient alien technology and current alien technology for their UFO visits. That the U.S. government recently, within the last year, said, guys, guess what? Aliens are real. Aliens are real. And we've known about it the whole time. We were lying to you since the 50s. And they're here. They're somewhere. We don't know. We're not in control of them. But yeah, for sure. For sure. UFOs are real and all this stuff. And the world is so fucked up right now. And so in chaos. People were like, oh, okay, aliens are real, whatever. Like they didn't, no one went out and protested. No one lost their shit and started, freaking out trying to get off the planet. Everybody was like, yes, that tracks. That tracks, just aliens. They're here. Deal with it. Okay, sure. We'll just do that. Guys, you will see Giorgio's hair go from about here to like really big. Like it's just interesting to see how big is Giorgio's hair going to be in this episode. It is my favorite thing to watch. He's also Greek, so I love him. But yeah, he's a publisher of the legendary Times magazine that everyone has in their dentist office, right? Pyramids of Giza, as they're showing here in this little animation, are in fact power stations for, advanced crafts. Like, let's fire that shit back up. Like, for realsies. Like, let's go. That would be amazing, this theory, if it were true. Like, think about that. Unlimited, tap into the ground and just suck the power out. Amazing. Let's do it. Right? That would... Oh, guys, we're part of the cosmos. In case you didn't know, like, we're all connected. It's all connected. Oh, that was the end. All right. Of that. I love Ancient Aliens. It's crazy. So this is another TikTok.
Okay. So there you go. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.
Now I lost it. Okay,
Hello,
here we go.
Angels. This is in response to Mystic City Magic's comment. Can you please do the
From
Bay
Opal
Area,
Star 33.
California? All right, so there's the Bay Area. As you can see, you are in the middle. Actually, you are at the eastern end of a triangle of major ley lines in the Ratanaba corridors. Okay, this is the New Earth corridors. Okay,
the New Earth corridors.
And that is San Francisco Bay, California. I'm going to show you another thing. Let's find out where you are on a major ley line. So hold on. All right. So here again, you are on a major ley line there in San Francisco Bay in the Goddess Equator Grid. Okay. You also have some significant areas that are close to you, and that would be this thing here. Oh, and that is Mount Tamalpais. It's a
lady, Tamalpais. Tamalpais? No, Mount Tamalpais. Ask Siri how to say that. Don't just Tamalpais. Good night.
It's a peak in Marin County, California, United States.
Also Marin, not Marin. I know Marin Morris, love you, great country artist, but it's Marin. It's Marin. So Mount Tamalpais in Marin County.
Considered symbolic of Marin County.
Marin.
Okay, so this is a high energetic area there near where you are at. But yes, darling, you are on a major ley line on the Goddess Equator Grid, which is a brand new grid also.
You're on a major ley line, honey.
So there you go. Have a beautiful day.
Have a beautiful, blessed day. All right, so this brings us to Scientology. And our favorite thing that, of course, Dylan Gill has covered so well, the vaults, where they keep all of the secret sauce. Now, guys, this is what ley lines look like when you get a bunch of these up on the globe. On the globe. Look at that. Look at all this magic. Just magic. Magic, 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 guys. Magic. So we can spin. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. We can spin the globe around. Okay. And we started off our journey at East Grinstead. So let's, nope. Let's zoom in. Let's get back to, okay. So East Grinstead. Let's just bring it up here. Oh my goodness. Look at where they are, y'all. Let's zoom out. Look at the intersection of those ley lines. It's just a magical plethora of ley that is going through this sleepy little town. Just like, where could they have possibly gone wrong? Where could this have, they just, all the magic right there in England, a real life Hogwarts, why they did that. So, let's see here. So their address is here. Here we go. Let's just look at this exact address here. There they are. Right in the middle of that magical, mystical power. Just amazing. That is St. Hill, guys, from a Google Earth perspective. Right there. So this is, fascinating. I'm endlessly fascinated by nonsense like this because it is just, sometimes it's fun to let your brain just travel down these insane loopholes, right? So let's let's see here. Yeah. I'm just starring some comments along the way here too, guys, so that I've missed most of them. Yeah. Because I want to make sure that I don't miss out on your awesome stuff here. All right. I've caught up. I'm sure I've missed some though. All right. So now let's go here. And this is in Northern California, one of the vaults here in Petrolia. Now, true story time. When I lived in Eureka, and I think it gives the address here somewhere. No, but we'll go over this article here. And let's just look up Petrolia, California here in our beautiful map. We're going across the world. Now, guys, they're out of the circle. There's all these ley lines crossing here in NorCal. They could have picked a spot in Fortuna or Ferndale or even Eureka, but they went in the zone here. How did they miss the magical, mystical mappage? I mean, they're supposed to be OT. And they didn't, figure it out and go like, oh, well, let me pull out my divining rod and make sure that this property has the right juju, It has the right juju. I mean, apparently, according to one article that I saw, all of the U.S. states' 50 capitals are on ley lines. Okay. Like, if we zoom out here and we go to Sacramento, California. Oh, wrong. Okay. It takes a second because it's, bringing in all of the ley lines. So there's Sacramento. Oh, it's on a ley line. Guys, it's on a ley line. Let's zoom up to Portland. It's on a ley line. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Now, the capital of Washington is not Seattle, as everybody thinks. It's Olympia, not on a ley line. Oh, there goes the whole freaking theory. Now I'm mad. All right, let's go back to this. All right, so true story time. Petrolia, as you guys saw on that map, is just outside of Eureka, California. I lived in Eureka and McKinleyville. Unfortunately for me, my 8th grade year was spent at 3 separate middle schools because I was living in Santa Rosa, and my mom decided she was going to become a full-time screenwriter. We sold our house. We moved to, I was living in Sonoma rather, and my stepdad sold his house. We moved to McKinleyville, where my parents were going to build their dream home with an ocean view. And then my mom realized that it was going to take too long, and she didn't really want, to live there. It was a really kind of like not great town. So we moved to the nearest town where my parents bought a house, which was Eureka. That's like living in Twin Peaks, guys. It's insane. But so I've been to Petrolia and things like that. So when I was a freshman in high school, an article about this location came out, which is referenced in this article I'm about to show you guys. So my mom, me, my sister, her bestie, and her 3 kids jumped in a minivan to try and see if we could find this location. Why? Because it was in our local paper, and we thought, ooh, Scientology port. Oh, right. It is not. Portland is not the capital. You are correct. It's Salem. I'm sorry. Everybody thinks also Portland's the capital of Oregon. It's not. It's Salem, Oregon. You are correct, Jem. Thank you for that correction. So we went and we drove around in these backcountry areas trying to find this location. And there was like a group of people watching us from far away, like, binoculars kind of a thing. And we took, I'll have to find the picture. It's somewhere in my archives of things. But if I find the picture of me as a kid, outside of Petrolia, it's like me. I'd have to blur out people's faces. Even my wife texted me, Salem's the capital of Oregon, Nora. Like, yeah, I need to figure it out. So, yeah. Thank you, everybody, including my wife. Shout out to my wife for the correction, and Jem. So we went. We didn't see this because it wasn't fully constructed at the time. But afterwards, when I joined the Sea Organization, this came up, right? This came up as a thing, like that there was some security question. I cannot remember the exact security question, but it was like something about, have you ever like literally tried to, tell the world about Scientology or something? It was some weird question that I immediately thought of this adventure I'd had, when I was 14. And the meter read, and what's that? That. And then I was like, well, this one time we went in the minivan, and I got like, I don't know, guys, a 20-hour interrogation about having gone to this place that I didn't actually go into or touch or interact with the people there. Why was I doing it? Why did my mom want to do it? Why did her bestie want to do it? Just like ridiculous. Back when I was a kid and I would go visit my dad in LA, he'd be like, hey, NBS, want to do something fun? And I was like, what? You want to go to Hemet and get a tour of gold? And I was like, we're not supposed to do that. We're not supposed to do that. He's like, they give tours to the public. We'll just pretend we don't know what it is. Who's going to know? Who's going to know? I cannot tell you the amount of interrogations I got about my dad wanting to go to fucking Gold and going to this place. Oh, God. So, yeah. Caused me a lot of problems. Probably why I never got promoted. Anyway, let's get back to this article here, which is fascinating. So this is an article from 2017 from the Lost Coast Outpost. Okay, and there's a lot of little blogs and papers up there in the Humboldt County region that are super fun, and they do a really good deep dive into things. So let's dive into this. What's the story with that place? This is a segment that they do about weird sauce places in Humboldt County. So what's the story with that place? The underground Scientology vault near Petrolia. No, so it's near Petrolia. It's like it's not really in Petrolia, okay? This is a drone captured image of the entrance to an underground archival vault near Petrolia. The vault holds writings and recordings of Scientology founder L. Ron Hubbard from YouTube user Angry Thetan. Thank you, Angry Thetan. Thank you very much for your contributions. All right. If you're driving along the Lost Coast, a few miles northwest of Petrolia, you might notice an old farm road leading up a ravine. And if you were somehow able to get past the locked cattle gate and follow that farm road through the cow pastures, then up a private road that traces the hill's spine, you'd soon come to a massive symbol carved in the earth. You probably wouldn't even notice its ridges and depressions from ground level. They've eroded quite a bit since a local contractor carved them nearly 30 years ago. But from directly above the perspective of a drone or Google satellite, you can still see the design. 2 interlocking circles, more than 500 feet in diameter, with diamonds in the middle. Dong, dong, dong. Oh my goodness. This is the symbol, guys. Now, why? Well, I'll tell you why after. So this is the logo for the Church of Spiritual Technology. This is another entity of the church, right? If we go to, I have not clicked on this link. So this takes you here to the wiki. Okay. Church of Spiritual Technology, CST, is a California 501c3 nonprofit. So it's another nonprofit that Scientology is running. Incorporated in 1982, which owns all the copyrights of the estate of L. Ron Hubbard and licensed their use. CST does business. They have a DBA, guys. They do business as L. Ron Hubbard Library. Fun. The L. Ron Hubbard Library is actually the Church of Spiritual Trust, which is another church that Scientology started to hide assets. Okay, so the Church of Spiritual Technology points to Hubbard as the focal point, focus, with the structure designed to realize what Scientologists understand to be his vision. The stated purpose of the archive in CST, according to the church, is so that future generations will have available to them all of L. Ron Hubbard's technology in its exact original form, no matter what happens to society. So, why these symbols? It is so the OTs who will be exterior to needing a body can locate on Earth after an apocalypse the exact place they need to go to start Scientology again. It's a little air tag in the earth that Scientology has legally put there with land ownership so that the beacon to the universe can be seen by OTs so that they can find the technology. Okay. So it's bad. It's bad. The supposition is that, like, if there was an apocalypse, like a nuclear apocalypse, even if Earth was blown to bits, okay, and there was little asteroids of Earth floating around, okay. Ooh, oh, power lies. I'm gonna star that. I'm gonna bring that up here in a second. That they could find it. Now you're saying that the diamond is from Crowley's symbol, meaning air, and is actually two triangles butted up to one another. Interesting. That makes sense because all of this is tied back to his complete obsession with the portal. Right? Okay, so thank you for that, Paralyze. I appreciate you. All right, now, so this is an arm of Scientology created in the early 1980s after the Internal Revenue Service revoked the group's tax-exempt status. Coincidence? I think not. It took an all-out war with the IRS for Scientology to regain tax-exempt status, which it finally did in 1993. The CST, an especially secretive branch of the notoriously insular organization, was founded to preserve the life's work of Scientology founder L. Ron Hubbard. Okay, so once tax-exempt status was revoked, they formed this other church to move all of the entities over to that, so that if Scientology went away for some odd reason, like why would that happen? Oopsies. Another entity owns and has the trademarks and licenses to everything L. Ron Hubbard. Nothing nefarious or suspicious about that. Like, don't be suspicious. Okay. So, just east of the 1,000-foot logo, there's a helipad, and beyond that, an 8,000 square foot residence called the LRH House, built in 1991 as a place for Hubbard to grow up after being reborn in a new body. What? Scientologists believe that Hubbard didn't die of a stroke in 1986 at the age of 74, but rather he voluntarily discarded his body so he could continue his spiritual research outside of its confines. That is what David Miscavige announced when L. Ron kicked the bucket of terrible health at 74. That's not even that old. We have people running for president that are older than that, guys. Near the LRH house is a big meeting hall, and across the road, a smaller, older house. This is where the property caretaker lives. Farther up the hill, all the way at the end of the winding road and wedged into the mountain like the exposed prow of a ship, you'll find the entrance to a massive underground vault built of steel and concrete. This vault, which is 20 feet in diameter, extends 375 feet into the hill. Allegedly contains copies of everything Hubbard ever wrote, which is a lot. He holds the Guinness World Record for most published works by one author. Whoopity-doo! So the vault holds his many sci-fi and pulp fiction novels, his seminal self-help book, Scientology Bible, Dianetics, plus handwritten notes, policy letters, and more. It also contains film footage of Hubbard's public appearances and audio recordings of his lectures carved into LP-styled records forged of copper and steel. We're getting into precious metals here, guys. Copper is very expensive, okay? But it gets more expensive. And these artifacts are all stored in argon gas to prevent decay inside of titanium cases. Where did Scientology get all this money to do this? Could it be tax-exempt donations? You got it. There are now 4 CST vaults each in remote locations, 3 in California and 1 in New Mexico. One of them is the Twin Peaks location in Crestline outside of the Gold Base, where Shelley supposedly is. The other one is this one. I forget where the third one in California is. And, yeah. Each one is accompanied by its own LRH house and CST logo. Many have noted the resemblance to the cool logo for Cool cigarettes. Anybody seeing a resemblance here? That was his cigarette, y'all. And then he just threw some diamonds. He just threw some diamonds in his cigarette logo. Sorry. Oh my God. Yeah. Which Hubbard chain smoked. These archival portraits were long kept secret, even from enrolled members of Scientology. But over the years, former members have come forward to talk about the most secret organization in all of Scientology. And 2 years ago, the CST vaults were described in detail in an issue of International Scientology News. Yeah, they finally came out with it. This is, of course, an article from Tony Ortega. And, oh, this is the other one, Whispering Ranch in Creston, right? There's that CST logo. But, guys, it really does look like the Cool cigarettes. I mean, it really, really does. So let's do a comparison. There's the logo. And then Tony's got an ad on his site, which I can't get rid of. My God, Tony. Okay, let's try that again. Oh, where's the International Scientology News one? Okay, here we go. Jesus, criminally. So here are the logo in its glory, right? And there's the cool CST. Cool CST. He definitely stole it from the cigarettes, guys. 100%. 100%. Of course, it's hard to keep such things a secret in the age of Google Earth and cheap drones. Here to set the dramatic strains of the William Tell Overture is drone footage of the Humboldt County Vault's entrance, captured and posted anonymously a year later. So I'm going to mute this because I don't want to get dinged for William Tell. But this is the property that somebody very graciously did a drone flyover of. And clearly somebody's living there. They got all these trailers, all this stuff being staged out here, supplies. They got a big ass forklift, right? So somebody is here. There's a big old parking lot over here. Like, what's going on here in this parking lot? It's very space agey looking. They got a whole like area here where they can patrol, watch for intruders. Don't let intruders in. Don't let intruders in. Yeah. So as you can see from this drone footage, it's, and then the property goes all along here. Here's another back view. They did a really good job, this drone footage. Here's another great like swooping view of them. Okay. So the construction of this vault went from 1987 through 1991. I was my freshman year, 1990 to 1991, which was where I read about it then. Caused a minor stir, especially in the Mattole and Eel River valleys. Questions and rumors led to a series of stories in the Ferndale Enterprise and features in both the upstart North Coast Journal and HSU's, that's Humboldt State University's, student newspaper, The Lumberjack, which is, I believe, where I read it. That latter story is worth noting, was written by then HSU student Jack Durham, who's now the editor at the Mad River Union. His piece included this graphic illustrating, and this is exactly what I saw in the paper. The stated purpose of the vault is preservation of the religious and philosophical writings of Church of Scientology founder L. Ron Hubbard. The Church of Spiritual Technology, which has been linked to the Church of Scientology, is building a vault in Petrolia. The storage facility is 375 feet long and will be covered with 14 feet of dirt and gravel. The inside of the facility will be 2 stories tall and will contain movable cabinets, which will hold the archives, the church's archives. The archives are used by Scientology organizations to market their products and services. So this article acknowledges that this is a fucking company. It's not a what, guys? It's not a religion. It's a multi-level marketing scam, money laundering, criminal organization. I mean, they knew that in the 90s in Humboldt County. Duh. All right. So, storage facility. This is the elevation. They're showing you like where it is outside of Petrolia. It's like very near the coast. They have 3.5. It's 3.5 miles north of Petrolia and approximately 20 miles south of Ferndale. And then this is the movable cabinets. The aft portion of the vault is divided by the security section bulkhead. They don't want to breach. No breaches of security. Okay. The Ferndale Enterprise reported that Scientologists began buying land in the Mattole Valley as early as 1980, eventually accumulating more than 3,000 acres. 3,000 acres, including the hilltop property alternately known as Sunset View Ranch or the Walker Ranch. This is what we went in search of that day. Okay. The property's then caretaker, a French-Canadian named Michael Oulet, told Enterprise editor Elizabeth McCary the purpose of the property is for the preservation of religious wisdom. That's about as much detail as folks could get as the vault nears completion. Joe Kemper wrote in the North Coast Journal of June 1991, Petrolia residents are no more sure of exactly what's going on up Walker Mountain than they were 7 years ago when the LA-based Church of Spiritual Technology began buying land. Not everybody in Humboldt County was in the dark, though. Dun, dun, dun. I've been out there numerous times. Humboldt County building official Todd Sobolik told the Outpost last week. As chief building inspector in the early 1990s, Sobolik oversaw the construction of the LRH house, then called the bunker. And the vault, which the country categorized as a storage facility. I just had a crazy thought, guys, and now I'm kind of mad. But it's such a conspiracy theory. My mind has just clicked on a conspiracy theory, guys, that I don't know if I want to say it out loud. But I have to ask some more questions before I say that out loud. But yeah, I am, my brain is on fire, guys. My brain is literally on fire right now. I'm just going to take a breath because when my conspiracy theory brain lights up, it can be good and bad. It can be good and bad. Nancy, thank you so much for posting this. If you guys do want memberships, go ahead and click join. It's fun sauce. I'm going to give you guys exclusive content. It's good. It's 99 cents a month. Do it. It's fun. Also, please like and subscribe. It helps the algorithms know that you, you like me. You really like me. Okay. Yeah, I need to ask an important question before I go on my conspiracy theory, because the fact that this 1991 publication you want me to say it? Irrelevant Panda is like, do it. Do it. Say it. Do it. What is Nancy saying? What is my Nancy telling me? Oh, okay. Well, Natalie and Jenna are going on in 10 minutes, so I'm going to say it real quick, and then I'm going to do some more research. So my question out here for the universe, okay, let's go to Drama Cam. We're going to go to Drama Cam. The question for the universe right now, okay, is why is Tony Ortega's blog called The Underground Bunker. Because I have said for many years that I don't think he's really in this to end Scientology. And I've provided a number of receipts about that. But now, knowing that this article named this underground facility the bunker, and Tony continually refers to himself in the third person, we here at the bunker, etc., in all of his articles, and it's called the underground bunker. Is that why? Is he a CST location? Is this like what? Because that article predates him starting to speak out about Scientology and diving into it. Did he just steal the idea from that? Like, I don't know. So many conspiracies, guys. So many conspiracies. Okay. Let's get back to reality. I said it. Whew, okay. Here we go. All right. So this guy's the building thing called the bunker. We've always had a good working relationship with them, Sobolik said, referring to the CST representatives who do business with the county. Anything that we want, they've always done. He even recalls attending an open house on the property after completion of a structure near the vault entrance. The outpost reached out to Scientology's media relations team to ask about the history and purpose of the vault. Hey, why not? Request a tour. The response came 2 days later. Thank you for your interest. We are not doing public tours at this facility at this time. Regards, media relations. Basically, you are not welcome at the secret vault where we have argon gas holding all of the precious things. Precious. The other questions were left unanswered. Fortunately, that issue of International Scientology News from a couple years back goes into meticulous detail about the extreme measures taken to preserve the works of L. Ron Hubbard into eternity. CST brought in paper design engineers, chemists, and scientists to formulate the ideal archival paper to carry LRH's works through the future millennia, the story boasts. Hubbard's wisdom was recorded with special ink derived from a 1,000-year-old Chinese formula on paper made of cotton and linen, far surpassing the most stringent standards for permanent archival records. And in case that fails, after a few centuries, Hubbard's words were also carved directly into custom-made stainless steel plates using chemical etching process dating back to the Middle Ages. Then, wrapped in acid-free archival sleeves and stored in the vault, where every printed page from Book 1, Dianetics, all the way through the advanced materials will prove impervious unto eternity. For audio recordings of Hubbard's lectures and other public speeches, CST archivists developed procedure for producing metal records with the highest fidelity and durability, perfect for their purposes down to the molecular level that will last at least 1,000 years. I could die every day. Sorry. Why records and not, say, compact discs, the cutting edge technology of the time, which it was for those kids out there who only ever listened to MP3s. All that's needed to play the record is a needle and a groove, the CST scientists reason. So even with something as simple as a thorn, LRH's voice could be reproduced regardless of technological regression or societal collapse. Right here. See, so this is a person inside of the archival place in their full, biosuit, okay, making these phonograph records. This is from their article. Film footage of Hubbard was likewise painstakingly transferred and stored, like the records and written documents, in titanium boxes that the article described as the perfect time capsule, designed to accommodate any and all climatic changes and withstand radioactive fallout. They are literally preparing for the apocalypse and making sure that, let's say, 10,000 years from now, when when archaeologists are digging shit up and discovering our civilization, what's going to be left but the perfectly preserved L. Ron Gobbledygook Hubbard in all of its glory? And ancient archaeologists, or future archaeologists, they're not ancient, are going to find this and say, look, we've uncovered the ancient religion of past times. And that is going to tell archaeologists what our society was like. We must stop the insanity. We cannot let them do this for future generations. Like, seriously, guys, seriously. The boxes were then placed inside thermal containers with a core made of ceramic tile designed to protect spacecraft. The ceramic tile is designed to protect spacecraft on atmospheric re-entry, and silicone outer skin with fine mesh stainless steel reinforcement. Like, what? What? This is insanity, guys. These Russian nesting doll measures continued as the thermal containers were then stored inside the vault on double-decker racks designed to hold 2,000 pounds apiece, wrapped in heat-reflective protective covering woven from synthetic fabric with a strength-to-weight ratio 5 times stronger than steel. Finally, oxygen was evacuated from the vault and replaced with stable inert gas argon. The magazine called all of this the ultimate preservation system, a massive undertaking aimed at safeguarding our religion and securing our technology for all millennia to come. Now, guys, when Scientology is abolished, when it's gone, these vaults must be dismantled and all materials destroyed. That has to be part of it. Okay, because we cannot allow for Scientology to exist for all millennia in preserved argon gas. Okay, because that is bonker doodles. Bonker doodles. Just, we can't. We can't. All right. Finally, oxygen, blah, blah, blah. Though the locations of the CST vaults had already been made public online by the time this story came out, the author maintained that they're in multiple undisclosed locations around the world. Because despite Scientology saying, hey, we have this vault technology, which, by the way, they gave us at Celebrity Center a tour and showed us, and we got to touch one of the titanium cases at the Hollywood Life exhibition. We were given a confidential thing to kind of like boost morale. Look, at you get in on the secret sauce, but you can't tell anybody. Scientologists still don't know where these things are because they don't read the news and they're not allowed to know. Only when you're OT8, because then you can find it all by yourself. The piece includes photos that may or may not have been taken inside the vault here in Humboldt. Here's another one of those images with the description from the accompanying story. On this page, so this is what like the vault stuff looks like, is just one such archival vault accompanying a geographically calculated position safe from the threat of rising seas or a total ice age. It required boring 400 feet into a remote hillside some 60 feet down. Sounds like Petrolia. This is another thing. This shows the helipad and the CST logo. So here's the helipad. Okay, and it goes down the road. I'm stuffing donut in my face. the great part of this is that here's the vault logo, right? That you can see was carved into the hillside. We're going to zoom out so you can see it better here. But the one below is queued up to show the helipad and CST logo, which, according to a former Scientologist, is intended to either guide Hubbard's disembodied spirit back to where it belongs or guide other humans to his archives after civilization collapses. So this is a homing beacon. This is a Find My for, L. Ron. Massive, massive Find My for L. Ron. I wonder if in the LRH house, they just have a stack of cools waiting for him. Just a stack of cools. All right, let's pause that. This is just more drone footage, okay? So, my goodness, you guys. So these ley lines, all of this magic, finding, what Scientology is doing. But I wonder if Captain Davy has secrets, luxurious. Let me get to your guys' questions and comments here that I've starred. All right. Let's go to the top. DJ Nico, thank you for chiming in here. Is Scientology like the Spanish Inquisition then? Can the Pope ban them? I would love. I know that came from my original misreading of the people who were in East Grinstead. So I wish the Pope could ban them. I would be there for that. I would be there for that. Mama Opal, if you want to send me a Pakaja, please do. I love getting Pakajas. I just got Xena the other day in a Pakaja. Thank you so much for Xena. And I also received some cards. Guys, I love getting actual written letters. And I got a postcard and an actual mailed card. Like, thank you guys. I love that. I love that so much. My mailing address, guys, here in Beaverton, 8630 Southwest Scholls Ferry Road, number 101 in Beaverton, 97008 here in the Oregon. Jen. Agreed, and thank you for being a member, Jen. Saint Hill Manor sounds like a horror film title. Maybe we make a Scientologically themed horror film and we start an entire genre. Ooh. Let's do it. Let's do a Scientology horror film. Yes. Ooh, ideas are abounding today. Asen, so your body is your flesh puppet. No wonder they think Aaron is puppeteering everybody who can think critically. Yeah. It's basically your meat suitcase. Your meat suit. Yeah. It has no purpose other than you're a skinwalker. Nico again. Tom Cruise has kind of misunderstood his surname. He does want to live like Robinson Crusoe. Yeah. He's a little wild. He's a little out there. And he got dissed by his daughter she dropped her last name. Graduated from high school. Where was Tom? At a Taylor Swift concert in England. Not with his daughter. He didn't take his daughter, who just turned 18 and graduated high school. No, he's trying to endear himself to the world. Like, look at me, I'm a Swiftie. Like, bitch, you don't even know one of those songs. Get that? You can't sit with me. You can't sit with me and be a Swiftie. Get out of here. Karen McCourt, thank you for being a member. Comment to chat. Can I get some encouragement to feel strong enough to travel to upstate New York from Toronto for my cousin/sister's birthday on July 4th? Really struggling right now. I am sending you love and strength, Karen. If that's a difficult family situation, I get that. Or if you're feeling bad, I really hope that you feel better. Your second half of your comment here. Thank you to mods in chat. It's an 8-hour drive and I'm feeling overwhelmed. That's a long ass drive. I hope you have a good time. 4th of July in upstate New York is going to be gorgeous. It's going to be gorgeous. That's for sure. Hopefully it's not too humid. Ren listens. So how do we explain Skinwalker Ranch in Utah? Ancient Aliens did a whole episode on that. There's several Netflix documentaries on that. That is a crazy sauce place. That's another rabbit hole to go down, Skinwalker Ranch. So if you've never heard of Skinwalker Ranch, do yourself a favor, type it into to Netflix, and you're going to see several documentaries. Really good. Also, Ancient Aliens does a whole episode on that as well. Emily Owens, at my favorite place in the U.S., Sedona, Arizona, the concentrated energy areas are called vortices. Sedona is well known for being new agey, but no cults to my knowledge. A very beautiful place. Yeah, apparently there's supposed to be a lot of UFO activity there too. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, that's another, isn't that where, what is her name? I just see her in the Olympia. No, not Olympia Dukakis. That's another member of the movie. It's not Sally Field. What is her name? She's the sister of Warren Beatty. And I can't remember her name. Shirley MacLaine. Okay, there we go. Shirley MacLaine, I think, has a place out there. And she talks about communing with the aliens and stuff a lot. All right, that was a long, twisty road. And Castillas, thank you for being a member. Something tells me Neil deGrasse Tyson, or however you spell his name, doesn't approve of this show, the math and the science. No, he does not. He hates it. But it's hilarious. It's hilarious. Pippi Longstocking forever. Thank you for being a member. Ancient Aliens commentators dress funny. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. It's ridiculous. And Castillas, oh, you want a ley line? Come to the Santa Cruz Mountains. They have some great weed too. Okay. Okay. I lived in Santa Cruz as a child. So yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. A super chat from Ann Castillas. Thank you for that. To be honest, the whole state is just as amazing as a native Californian, but I don't need Miss Fancy Ley Lines to tell me. Yeah, I'm also a native Californian. I hear you. I love me, Cali. I miss it. From Form 13909. What is Form 13909? I'm going to have to look that up. Super chat. Thank you so much. Remote viewers confirm CST Plate Project is shore story disguising reverse engineering ancient alien tech, from Bob Lazar. Wow, Captain Bill, follow these lines. Okay. Maybe. I love that. Karen McCourt, I believe that there are structures that have been built that no one has come up with a science or physics-based solutions. But aliens? Really? Yeah. I mean, what they're saying is that it's like ancient aliens, right? So in this context, it means humanoids, mostly, who've come here from other planets long, long ago, and that they are the ones who have given us this technological prowess, also intermingled with, other theories include them interbreeding with Neanderthals and creating Homo sapiens and all of that kind of stuff, right? And because Elron was totally into this, that's why when you reach the state of clear, you are Homo novus. He's created his own brand of human, Homo novus. I'm a Homo novus. I'm also a homo. Hey-o. Oh, my goodness. All right, Kelly Clancy says, so do you think there's a Scientologist at Area 51? Probably. I mean, why not? Why not? 2 sandwiches tall. I own a vault like that in GTA 5. I tried to use it for illegal means at first, but I made more money gun running. Hey, I don't know what they're doing there. They won't let anyone see. Karen McCourt, thank you for the love here. Got to say, I'm loving this live. I love you back, and thank you for being here. Pop up. Pippi Longstocking forever. I like this content, Nora. Nice Delulu. Yeah, I mean, let's get into the Delulu sometimes because it's fun. Like, let's have a little fun day today. And Castillas, oh my, you had to rat on your mom's side trip? Yes. Yes, you're forced to rat on everybody. There is no sanctity of family, sanctity of marriage, sanctity of self. There's none of that. You rat on everything. Everything. Nothing is off limits. Question for Mason. Did LRH have any original ideas, or did he just steal every shit from others? He just stole it all. I mean, literally it's all stolen. And then he puts a twist, you know, to try and make it new, right? But no, mostly he stole shit. Sue B, is it only OT8s that will be able to find these secret locations? Yes. And of course, Elron, because he's OT15. So, of course, he can find it. I mean, he's been dead now 40 years almost. Still haven't seen him come back. Conspiracy theory. Bum, bum, bum. CST is up front for money laundering. That's an actual theory. That's not a conspiracy. All right. Oh, my goodness. Oh, now what? Thank you for being a member. I will always be amused when I hear LRH drug trips called research. Lots of us from the 60s did such research. Yes, my mom was a big researcher as well. In the 60s. Yeah. Hausdorff. Oh, shit. I just remembered I used to work in archiving. It's way more difficult than you might think because you need to preserve the means of reading your records along with the actual records. Yes. And that's why they went back in time to just books and the records so that they could be, and they're even like solar powered and hand crank these record players so that there doesn't have to be electricity to play them. They didn't say that in the article, but that's what we saw when we went to the LRH Life exhibition and they showed us all the stuff. And see, who here had the plastic record player as a kid? I'll raise my hand. Who remembers them? I just thought of it. Yeah. Yep. Had that. The Holy Grail. Katie Vanderkolm. Yes, correct. Irrelevant Panda. I wonder if Captain Davy has secret luxurious rooms built in there. I guess Dylan would have known that too, though, and I don't recall him saying anything like that. I don't know. It could be. Mostly they're for LRH. So, like, as you notice, David Miscavige doesn't have an office in every single org. L. Ron Hubbard does. Why is that? Why doesn't David Miscavige come to an org and sit in L. Ron's chair and use L. Ron Hubbard's office in every org? First of all, he doesn't care about every org. That's not his priority. He cares about opening buildings, making a show, wearing a fancy suit, and his shiny, shiny shoes. Okay? Getting his pompadour really pumped up so that he can, have some height. But he doesn't give a shit about the people there. He doesn't insist on coming to inspect or coming to see. That's not his jam. That's not his bag. Nerman Odkin. All of CST was established by L. Ron before his death. Correct. Yeah. Hiding the money still from the IRS in a 501c3 charity that he just conveniently established when Scientology lost its tax-exempt status. Oh, you guys can't get tax-exempt status? That's okay. I'm going to hide all the money over here in the Church of Spiritual Trust, Church of Spiritual Technology. Don't look over here. Nobody knows about it. Paralyzed, thank you so much for a super chat. Also, link no bueno. Please resend. Yeah, I know. I don't have another one. So if it's expired, I'm sorry. I don't have. So, and there you go, guys. Let me go back to all the chitty chats here. Oh my goodness, it brought me back to the top here. Okay, let me go down. Just to make sure I don't miss any burning questions, guys, before we end off. This has been an amazing deep dive into nonsense. Well, opened my eyes. You have a question? You didn't put it in here. But I will look and see if there was one later. I got that one. I'm trying to get down to where I had yes, and 14 feet of dirt and gravel. You got to go deeper than that to survive the apocalypses. Yes, absolutely. I'm sorry to say I can see your pores and I want to know what your skincare routine is. Well, thank you very much, Kitty. I hope that my pores look good. Now I'm going to be self-conscious. My skincare routine is I use like a Neutrogena, that's the brand, face wash. And then when I go out in the outsides, when I remember, I put on sunblock. I am blessed with Greek genes that have given me this beautiful porcelain, or when I'm out in the sun for an extended like year, very tannable skin. But I've also been very good. I haven't like tanned excessively over my lifetime. So yeah, I don't do anything extraordinary. I don't dermaplane. I don't, do the masks. When I was a kid, I used Noxzema. Yeah. That's about it. I mean, I still get pimples occasionally, which drives me nuts. I'm 48. But I guess I should be flattered that my face thinks I'm in puberty still. I don't know. But thank you. Thank you for that. Why would... Yeah, this is a good question, Miss Kim. Why would you put an underground vault in an earthquake zone? Yeah, that... They don't care. Oh, my goodness. No, body illusion. I thought in the 90s, all they had in Humboldt County was growers. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Let's see here. Okay, there's some more that I starred. Who's the reincarnation of LRH? And who is it? Oh, Tony Ortega. He can't be, though. He can't be because he's old. He's in his 60s. He can't be LRH. It would have to be somebody younger than me, guys. It would have to be somebody younger than me. He's in it for the money. I can't blame him for that. Scientology is the gift that keeps on giving for everyone, and it's founding the YouTube SPTV verse, right? We wouldn't have you right now. Correct. I mean, yeah. Scientology is not a gift to me. I'm recovering from it. But telling everybody about it is important. Because, guys, I want to reemphasize something here before I end off. I'm just going through here real quick. Comment here. Why does anyone want to listen to LRH's voice? I wouldn't know. It's awful. It's awful. It's so hard to stay awake. So hard. So hard to stay awake. Yes, very, very true, Anne. Think of how many kids were needed to be trafficked to pay for this. Kids cannot consent. Correct. IRS, FBI want to raid these places? It would be a great treasure trove of information. Just saying. Very true, Anne. Very astute. Very astute. Well, you could just leave it there. If anyone finds that they're a millennia later, they're unlikely to follow it. It's only the chain of control you need to break. Yeah, I still want it all gone. I want it all gone. Let's see here. All right. Boom, 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 boom. So I just want to reiterate one thing. I know that Natalie is on with Jenna, so I'm going to end off here. I've gone way over that time alert that I got from Nancy. Do they also include other languages in the vault? Are LRH writings saved in all languages? I don't think hieroglyphics, Jem, but they do. They have preserved it in every language of Earth because they've translated it into almost every language on earth. So yeah, it's preserved in all languages. It's preserved in everything. Yes. Yes, it would. Mexican long hair. A Sciento horror movie would have all the elements of an H.P. Lovecraft novel, minus the cosmic horror and a good plot. Yeah. We'll have to collab with some good writers on that one. Too funny from Kazari. I too used face cream when I was young, but I don't anymore. Seems like now you would be more important than years ago. Yeah, I do use just some basic moisturizer along with sunblock. Just basic stuff, guys. I don't wear makeup. I've never worn makeup except for the years I was in the Sea Org where they forced me occasionally to wear makeup. So that might be more of the deal too, because I've never like put things on my skin to, kind of coat it. So I haven't had to like harshly wash my face a lot either to like remove all of that. And personally, I think makeup is like wizardry. I am not good at that wizardry. I don't feel comfortable in it, so I don't do it. But I want to make just a general service announcement. We're going to go to the serious cam here. We're gonna get quiet here for a second, okay? What I want to say, and I want to make this abundantly clear, that this channel, this movement, is not about me. I mean, obviously the channel's mine, but the Scientology protest movement, as it has evolved, is not about me. It's not about any one single protester. Like the rule in journalism, we should never become the story. The story is and remains only Scientology. Their crimes, their human and child trafficking, their cover-up of sexual abuse crimes, their homophobia, and that's it. I do not expect in the future years to get accolades, awards, adulation for my contribution to taking down Scientology. I do not expect to get paid gajillions of dollars while embarking on this very important, very long and arduous journey to eliminate Scientology and get the kids and elderly out. What I do hope for is that everyone protesting, number one, feels my appreciation for the work that they are doing on a daily basis, because I could not be here speaking comfortably as I do without your support and backup, and I appreciate you. But I also want to say to the people protesting, it's not about you either. It's about the message that we're bringing to the world and shining a light on the darkness that is Scientology. So if you're protesting to get kids out, to get the elderly out, to shut them down, thank you. From the bottom of my gay-ass lesbian heart, thank you. If you're here to do performance art and cause chaos and try and tear this amazing community apart while making money off of the backs of my tragedy and other people's tragedy in this community, I'm going to politely ask you to please sail off into the sunset, because we don't need that. Okay? I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and for being here, and I will see you on the flippity dippity.